This is a split stance, hip internal, external rotation. So you're going to get into a split stance position here. Most of the weight's on that front leg. I'm going to turn, this is the same thing here. Weight's on the front leg, no matter which leg it is. You do not want to be here, where that weight needs to be over that front leg, all right? Then, and that back leg, you want it just on the toe because you're going to pivot on that back foot. So I'm here, I've got my hand on my hips. I'm going to close my hip down, open my hip up. Close the hip down, open my hip up. I'm fighting right now to keep this knee very, very still, all right? I don't want, as I do this, I don't want the knee to go that way and then the knee to go that way, because then we're not moving as much at the hip, we're cheating. So we want the front leg to stay very, very still while I rotate the hip. You might need to stare at the knee. One other thing when we're doing this, we don't want the knee going side to side, but we also don't want it going forward and backward. Again, if you keep the weight there, as you do it, it'll help. Even my knee moves a little bit, but it's because it's a really hard drill, all right? It's a split stance, hip internal, external rotation. Oh, and one quick tip that I seem to find that helps a lot of people is if I'm working on that front leg there, right? And I want to open my hip, but the knee wants to go with me, you need to actively think about pushing that knee out. So push that knee out as you go, and then when you're closing the hip, focus on actually using the adductors here to keep the knees forward. Then out, in, out, in. Make sense? Use the muscles to help you, all right? Once you get really good at it, then you won't have to quite think of it so much, all right? So that's split stance, hip internal, external rotation.